What's happening, dudes? That was meant to be Cavatina, or as many people probably know it better, Cavatina, or at least the best I can currently play it. I still can't really play it that well, but the point of this video is only a few weeks ago I could play it nowhere near as well as that, or at least nowhere near as fluidly, until I made a key change in the technique. I've actually played this tune for years and years, not very often, but I've tried to play it, you know, occasionally over the past probably 30 years or so. And I've always got stuck because I just felt that I couldn't change chords fast enough to play the song. And that's because I was trying to play it a bit like this. So I would make the first chord, I'd make the full chord, and I would play that chord. And then I'd completely stop with this right hand. I'd stop picking until I'd made the complete second chord, and then I'd play that chord. And obviously, unless you can change from that chord to that chord really fast, there's going to be a gap and the playing's just going to be disjointed. But I realised that you don't really have to stop, because if you just put the bare minimum number of fingers on the frets that you need at that moment in time, you can play much more fluidly. So if you noticed in the playing that I did at the beginning, all I did for the first chord is I just put one finger on the B of the top E string, and I just played, and I added the other fingers on as necessary. The advantage of that as well is that you can add vibrato on and add a lot of feeling and emotion to it. So you can, you can vibrato that note. Whereas if you held the full note, the full chord down, it's pretty difficult to add vibrato to a note. I don't even know if that's doing anything. So it's got that advantage as well. So, and then on the second chord, I would just have the bare minimum. I'd have a bar at the 6th fret and just finger on the 7th fret of the top E string, and then I would play just the 5th and the 1st string together. And then you don't even have to add any fingers on for the next note, which is there. Then you have to. So I'm just adding the fingers on as necessary. And I think that's the key to playing it, and a lot of other classical pieces with, you know, funny chords and a lot of finger picking. This might seem obvious to a lot of people. I have actually seen classical tutorials recently of Cavatina where they have, you know, recommended you don't play the entire chord, you just grab as many notes as you need. Like here, you just need that one. That's all you need to begin with. And here, you just need to begin with. But maybe if you're self-taught like I was, maybe you just don't realise that. I didn't realise. Another tune that it's very prevalent on was one called Prelude in C major, which is also known in a sort of minor variation as Ave Maria. Very famous tunes. I'm not going to try and pronounce the composers' names. but they're German. I might put them up on the screen. So that went. And then again I would try and make the full next chord. It's not too bad if you're just moving one finger. But even back to the C, there's a bit of a delay. But I think the thing to do is just keep your right hand moving in time and just force your left hand to keep up and just fret the notes that you need just before you need them. So, you know, this is another one I struggled with for years, and then I started, instead of doing that, I started doing. Again, back to the C, but I'm not trying to make the whole C, I'm just doing that. Just repeat that, so I'm just got one finger on there, and then I'm adding the rest of the C, just before I need the notes. Can't play this one. And this one again, I tried to make the full chord, and it's like. But then I started just again putting the C on and doing. And then it goes to a G, a kind of G with a B bass. And if you try and get that whole chord, there's going to be a gap in your playing. So I just literally put this finger on the B and just hit that, and then do the arpeggio and add those two fingers at the bottom just in time before my right hand gets to it. Okay, well that's it for now. Hope you found that useful. See you next time.